What do we got here?
A pretty banjo.
Oh, wow, that is cool.
It was my grandfather's. It disappeared for a few years. My dad said I ruined it when I was a kid, dragging it around the backyard. And after he died, it showed up again.
Yeah, my dad used to do that stuff to me when I'd leave my bike out. My bike would always get stolen, and then he'd always find it a couple weeks later.
Right. Actually had that happen, too. I came to the shop today to sell my Maybell recording Songster banjo. My wife is very upset with me. She does not want it out of the family. And I'm hoping they tell me it's worth about $20,000.
Can I take it out?
Sure.
Oh, wow, I've never seen the green mother of pearl like this. So it's a Maybell, Singerland, I think was their parent company or something. They made guitars. I think they started with like ukuleles or something, and then eventually got bought by Gibson. I mean, Gibson was kind of known for not liking competition, so they would buy you. Have any idea how old it might be, or?
I found an original ad for it that was 1905.
If it's as old as you think it is, man, I mean, it's an awesome shape. When was the last time it was played, do you know? Or?
No idea.
What's kind of got me going here is the color, though. I've never seen a green mother of pearl like this.
When I first saw it, I didn't think they had something like this back in the early 1900s. But when I saw the ad, it showed the green mother of pearl.
Stuff back then was just made better. Today, you're expected to buy something and then buy a new one in 2 years.
Yes.
It was just a different way of thinking. This was your banjo. This was your banjo that you had for the rest of your life.
Right.
What are you looking to do with it, man?
I would sell it for the right price.
All right. Any idea of what you're looking to get out of it?
I've seen it online for sale anywhere from $300 to $2,000.
To be honest with you, I've seen banjos sell for $50,000 and I've seen them sell for $50,000, and I can't tell the two apart.
Right. Well, this is one of the $50,000 ones, so.
I hope so. I got a friend who owns a Cowtown Guitars up the street, and he deals with nothing but stuff like this.
Sure.
He'll be able to tell us everything there is to know about it, and I want him to check it out.
Okay.
Let me give him a call, hang out, and I'll be right back, right?
Right. I'm really hoping he tells me it's worth much more than I'm asking, because I don't want my wife to be pissed off at me.
Cool, little banjo.
Maybell banjo, dig the color.
Yeah, that's a really cool one. What are your concerns?
I know about, much about banjos as I do pianos, dude.
Yeah. You mind if I pick it up?
No, go right ahead.
It's kind of neat because, believe it or not, this mother of pearl is like the early stages of plastics. It's called Pyralin. This was actually kind of an exotic thing to make a banjo out of. This is probably 1930s because of the stuff that's on it. It's got a Grover double hump tailpiece, and that's very indicative of 1930s banjos.
You see them today and you think of them for only like country music, stuff like that. I mean, they were in big bands, they were in everything back then.
Yeah.
Can you play?
I cannot play the banjo.
I want to hear it.
So you can't play that song from Deliverance?
No, not at all. That song scares me, actually. Playing a banjo and playing a guitar are totally different. They're tuned different, the strings are in a different order, the finger picking style, it's a completely different instrument than the guitar, completely different. This tuner right here, this one's changed. This is probably from the 1960s or so. That's actually kind of not that big of a deal. But you can tell somebody played it pretty good. They wore right through the nickel plating right here, right down to the brass. It's a really cool banjo. This is like one of the only banjos that actually did like a wild color. Everything was pretty much, you know, the standard white mother of pearl stuff and everything. So to see one in a green color is actually kind of neat. It's cool.
I've seen banjos go for a lot of money before, and this one, to me, looks really damn fancy. What's it worth?
Well, this was Gibson's biggest competitor. They didn't gain the notoriety and popularity of the Gibson stuff. Gibson has always been, you know, kind of the benchmark for a lot of this stuff. Well, certain models of Gibsons could be, you know, $20,000, $30,000. This one, it's got the changed tuner. Has a little bit of, you know, surface rust and stuff, but it's intact. But it is cool. The color's great on it. It's in really good shape. Retail, probably $500 to $600. You can get that for it.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming down.
No problem, man.
Yeah,
Get you there. Nice to meet you. Cool banjo.
Thank you.
There's a market out there for banjos. In modern music, like country and stuff like that, more guys want the 5-string version. But to collectors, you know, these are neat. They look great. The craftsmanship is cool. The materials they were made out of. It's a neat little instrument.
You heard what my guy said. I mean, can I give you $300 for the banjo?
I don't know I can go that low because I won't have a wife to come back to. She wants me to give it to my grandson, and I guess I'm gonna have to stick with that.
Can I go up to 4, or?
No, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to stick.
I don't blame you. Give it to your grandkids, man. You don't want to piss off the wife.
That's right.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
Take care.
It's a shame we couldn't make a deal on the banjo. It's eye-catching, and I know it will sell, but sometimes family heirlooms are worth more to the family than they are to me.
Hey, I'm assuming that's a banjo?
I believe it is. It was when I put it in there. I've got a Bacon and Days Silver Bell No. 3 gold-plated banjo.
Well, that's a fancy banjo, I'll give you that.
And from what research I've seen, it's pretty rare.
It's really pretty, actually. I mean, it doesn't have much wear on it. These are made out of vellum.
Oh, I believe this one's skin.
Well, that's what vellum is.
Oh, I thought vellum was paper.
No, the really gross fact is that, like, the very best vellum is from lamb fetuses. Yeah.
Okay. I came in the pawn shop today to sell my gold-plated banjo. I want to sell my banjo because it's been in the closet for many, many years, and it's too beautiful to be in there, so it needs to either be on the wall or turned into money. If I make a deal today, I'm going to spend the money on enjoying my retirement and going someplace cool.
That is really neat. So do you play the banjo?
I do not. My Uncle Rudy did, but I do not. This was Uncle Rudy's banjo. I inherited it.
So obviously he didn't play this one very
It
much.
sure doesn't look like it, no.
I can tell you this was most likely 20th century, I can tell you that. You know, it's just the way the keys are and everything else like that. That's when they started getting really outrageous like this. Originally, banjos, like a form of it, came from Africa. It was much cruder than this. And they evolved all through the 19th century and the 20th century, and they used to be a lot more popular. But there's a lot of people who still play the banjo, and they're in country bands, they're in rock bands. They're just a sort of mainstream instrument. The banjo was first brought to North America in the 18th century by African slaves. And the very first versions were made out of a hollowed gourd with a stick for a neck. Who knew one day they'd be made out of gold? So how much you want for it?
You write me a check for $10,000, I'll walk away right now.
I bet you would.
Yeah, I would imagine I would, yes.
It's in excellent shape, but I, quite frankly, know nothing about it. Do you mind if I have someone look at it?
I would appreciate it if you would.
Okay, my buddy Jesse owns a guitar shop right down the street. So
Well, that'd be great.
I'm gonna give him a call, and I'll get him down here.
Sounds good. I am absolutely looking forward to an expert coming in. I want to find out what I have. I need someone who knows what they're looking at.
I know Deliverance is your favorite movie.
Yeah.
As far as collectors go, is a Bacon and Day really cool?
It was a high-end banjo. I mean, you can tell by the way it's made. It's built well. Somebody took their time making this instrument. And all the woodwork on this is done very well. They're all used choice woods. I mean, you can see it's a beautiful piece of wood on the back of it. So it took a lot of time to make something like this. Mind if I pick it up?
Go for it. That's the most that's been played in 60 years.
Cool banjo, man.
So what do you think it's worth?
Because of the originality of this, not replated, early 20s, you know, I'd say it's probably about a $3,000 instrument.
Okay. Thanks, Jesse.
Not a problem,
You're
man.
the best.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you. You know, there are banjos that are collectible. This one's collectible just on the simple fact that it's in really good shape and all original.
You heard what he said. What would you take for it, realistically?
5,000.
Well, I would give you $2,000 for it.
Obviously hoping to get a lot more. And I understand it's probably not worth what my lowest price is. It looks like it might be a banjo for the wall.
I understand.
Thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in. It's really cool. I liked it.
I'm disappointed that it's not worth what I thought it was worth. My banjo's gonna go up on my wall in my Manly Man room and have a good story with it.
Hi, I have a 1925 Gibson banjo that my grandfather owned.
Okay. All right, let's get this thing open. Oh, cool.
I
That's
have
a Gibson.
picture of my grandfather with his banjo. I don't know how old the car is, but
Probably right around as old as him. Watch it.
I came into the pawn shop today to try to sell my 1925 banjo that my grandfather owned. His roommate traded him the banjo for the rent. I think my banjo's worth $5,000 based on the research I've done.
Gibson's a neat company. Started in the 1880s, he started making mandolins. Believe it or not, at one point in this country, mandolins were more popular than guitars.
Okay.
And He started hand making them, and eventually he just got a bigger and bigger company. He got a reputation as making the very best stuff in the world. These things were expensive to begin with. I imagine this was probably around $100, $200 at the time, which was a lot of money in 1925. And the guys who bought these were professionals. So usually they got a lot of wear on them because guys sit around and play them all day long. So, I mean, it's rare to find them in this kind of shape. They're neat instruments because there's a resonator back there.
Okay.
And basically, so when you hit that, the sound goes back there, bounces off the resonator, and comes out the sides.
Come on, Rick.
Does it remind you of home?
Oh,
Back in the hills of North Carolina?
Shut up.
Antique musical instruments can be tough to figure out. Some models sell for huge amounts of money, some for practically nothing. I'm definitely familiar with Gibson guitars, but not banjos. So I need some more info before I make a move.
So what are you looking to do with it?
We're looking to sell it. I've looked on the internet. I've seen them go for about $5,000.
Okay. Tell you the truth, I have no idea if that's a good price or not. Quite frankly, I just don't get that many banjos in here.
Gibson is the top of the mark. That's one of the most collectible names there is in musical instruments.
I'm sure this is going to go for a lot of money. It's in really good shape, but there might be something really weird. I just don't know what I'm looking at here. I'm going to give someone a call who knows about this thing.
Okay. I realized until you actually have the cash in your hand, an item is only worth what the next person's willing to pay.
Hey, Jesse, don't quit your day job.
Right, I know, right? You know, a lot of people don't know this is American. This is pretty much our instrument. This was actually really brought into the States and popularized in the early days by slaves, believe it or not.
Wow.
This is quintessential 20s. It's got the cool inlays. It's not extremely fancy. You've got the nice bridge setup. You've got the Grover tuners, which were the higher end tuner. These actually are original to the instrument. They don't slip all that much. A lot of banjos are held in just by a peg pushed through there. Everything on it appears to be original, and it's in decent shape. Let's open it up and get an exact year and make sure there's nothing screwy going on underneath here, you know?
Okay.
All right, let's see. You got the cool old Gibson decal in there.
Okay. All right. And the serial number says?
It is 8086-1. This serial number series starts in 1925 at 8,000, so it's 1925.
Okay.
What's the damn thing worth?
Well, I've seen some of the master tones go all the way up to $10,000, $15,000.
Wow.
Okay.
But this is the TB3. This is the beginning of the line.
It's a professional one, but it's lower end professional.
It's for the professional guy that goes out and plays, but isn't, you know, making a ton of money. A 1925 TB3, probably a good strong 9 condition. It's in good shape. I'd probably say about $2,400, $2,500 in this condition.
I was thinking a little more. Did a little research on the internet, and the most expensive one I saw was like $5,000.
It was probably like a 4 or 5 or 6. It probably had a little bit different inlay on the headstock and on the fingerboard.
Thanks, Jesse. You're the best, man.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Jesse.
All right. You know, after looking at it and seeing the condition of the banjo, I don't think it would be too hard for them to get $2,500 for it on the open market, because it is a pretty clean original piece.
I know you originally wanted $5 grand, but that's not going to happen. I'll give you $1,500 for it.
I was hoping for $2,000.
I can't go $2,000 on it. I got to make money on it. And, you know, I'm assuming I'll get $2,500 for it.
How about $1,800?
I'll tell you what, I'll split the difference with you, $1,650, and that's the best we can do.
Okay, $1,650.
All right, it's a deal.
Thank you, sir.
I made $1,650 on my banjo today, and I'm going to give the money to my mother and father so that they can enjoy it.
So what do we got here?
This is a ukulele banjo.
Do you know anything about it?
It's from my grandfather, and he claims it was from Hawaii. He liked Hawaiian music, and Hawaiian girls, for that matter.
Well, who doesn't?
This ukulele belonged to my grandfather. He passed away, and my grandmother gave it to us. And my wife and I, you know, we're not musical people. I have no musical abilities at all. And so I figured, you know, it has no sentimental value to me, so it'd be nice to just get some money for it.
I know a lot about guitars, and I have never seen one of these. It's a ukulele style, but it's a Gibson, so it's not from Hawaii.
Do you know where it would be from?
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
That's a long way from Hawaii, isn't it? I mean, it is from the early 1900s. They have signatures on there from 1925.
This is really neat. I mean, it looks like, I don't know, he played places and people just signed it for him.
A lot of people signed it, too.
I got to admit, I'm intrigued. It's extremely rare to come across a banjo ukulele, much less one made by Gibson. And you throw in the signatures from the 1920s, you got a piece with some very interesting history. So you want to pawn it or sell it?
I'd like to sell it.
Okay. What do you want for it?
I would go for about 500. That's what
Dollars?
Hopefully.
I mean, it's super cool. I mean, I really, really like the thing. It's intriguing. It's neat. The problem is, I don't know a lot about it. So that's why you're going to get 200 bucks. 200 bucks.
You know, I just hope I don't go home and find out this thing was worth $10,000, you know?
I hope you do. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, though. But I do know it's going to cost me 100 or 200 bucks to fix it up. The plywood lamination's coming apart. It's split right there, and the split keeps on going around. 200 bucks.
Yeah, sounds about right. All right.
Okay. All right, let's go do some paperwork.
All right. You know, it wasn't what I wanted, but it's pretty good, and I could use the money to buy an MP3 player and, you know, download a lot of songs on it. No ukulele music, but you know, certainly have some fun.
This is what I called you about.
This is awesome. I work at Cowtown Guitars here in Las Vegas. Anytime the guys have any kind of questions about musical instruments, they give me a call. Back in the 20s and 30s, these were really popular because of Hawaiian music. Looks like most of the hardware and everything's original on it. Calfskin head. And it's really neat with all these signatures and stuff on it.
So do you think it would be worth it getting the thing fixed up or just sell it like it is?
No, it's worth getting fixed up. You know, there's a couple little splits here. Get all that cleaned up, all the hardware cleaned up. Probably get this straightened out, a couple $100, make it look like new.
Okay. I'm excited to get the thing restored, but what I'm really looking forward to is hear this thing played. That thing is definitely going to sound nice. Hey, Jesse, how's it going?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good, man.
Pretty good.
Got that ukulele for me?
Yeah, actually I do. We finished it up just the other night.
Oh, this thing is great, man. You were able to keep the skin?
Yeah, kept that on there.
Bitchin', man. So what all did you do to it?
First thing we had to do, we had to make a bridge out of a regular banjo bridge because finding a bridge for a ukulele banjo is not all that easy.
Okay.
Then we fixed all those splits and this little piece of plywood on the back of it that was delaminating.
Okay.
Remember all the cracks that were on the side of it where it was pulling apart from itself?
Yeah.
We fixed all those. We had to humidify it to get everything to swell back up so you could actually get a syringe in there to inject some glue. Clamped it all back down, made a new bone nut for it.
Okay, because you couldn't find one of those either?
No, I couldn't find one of those either. We leveled all the frets, polished them all up, restrung it, tuned it up.
Okay.
It actually came out really good.
So what's the damage?
200 bucks.
All right. So what do you think I can get out of it now?
You could probably get $1,000 out of it.
Okay. Jesse did a great job with this thing. It's real important when you're refinishing an old instrument like this is not to damage the wood. You don't want it to lose its character. You just want to clean it up and protect it. You want it to be playable. He did an amazing job, and I can probably make 600 bucks on it. So can you play this thing?
Yeah, I think I know 2 chords.
Let's hear it.
All right, here you go.
Jesse, great expert on guitars, not a great ukulele player.
Nope.
You need to stick to guitars.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man?
So what do you got here?
I've got some instruments I know you can't live without. You're looking at a set of Fraggle Rock instruments.
I mean, you look like a guitar player, but these aren't what you would play.
I'm at the pawn shop today because I'm here to sell my Fraggle Rock toy guitar and banjo. I found this Fraggle Rock set in Austin, Texas. I was actually playing a concert there. I think these toys are really cool and unique, especially right now because there's a lot of nostalgia for things 80s and 90s. I'm looking to get $350 for my Fraggle Rock guitar and banjo.
This is pretty cool, man. Jim Henson, you know, he's one of those guys you really can't say much bad about. You got to be kind of cool to make it as a puppeteer in this world. His first major creation, I guess, was the Muppets. and then Sesame Street, and then his like final big thing was Fraggle Rock. I know it started off as a puppeteer kind of thing, and I was born in '83, so I just kind of missed the boat on that one. What I do remember is this era right here, like the cartoony one. It caught on really fast. Kids loved it. They had really quirky names. You know, you had Monkey, Gobo, Boober, Red. I mean, the guy was just alarmingly creative.
Absolutely.
Do you mind if I take a look at him real quick?
Feel free.
All right, I mean, is this what they came in like this? I mean, you got broken strings here and stuff like that.
That is the original packaging for them. If you notice the toy company that made those, it's not like they were Hasbro or Kenner or something. Probably didn't have the large budget that some of those other toy companies have for packaging.
So what are you looking to get out of them?
So I've kind of done a little bit of research on them, and on the high end, they're kind of selling for $175 each. I'd like to get $350 if I can for both.
So, forgive me, man, I don't get much Fraggle Rock stuff in here, but I know a guy across the street who might. Do you mind if I give him a call?
Yeah, sure, no problem, man.
All right, hang out. I'll be right back, okay?
Cool. I think that the expert's gonna come pretty close to my asking price. I really did my research.
Hey, what's up, Steve? How you doing?
Hey, Corey, how's it going, man?
So I got some Fraggle Rock banjo and guitars. I kind of remember the cartoon series. I know it's a bigger deal than that.
You know, the Fraggle Rock whole concept was like really neat. And actually, you mentioned the animated series. That was only 1 year. And the whole premise behind the show was dancing, fun, be good to your neighbor, here's some lessons. So, you know, the series had really taken off. It was doing very well. And obviously, along with that, starts to become merchandise. It was a marketing thing, and that's what Jim Henson was good at. He would produce characters that were so iconic. I mean, look at Kermit. Kermit's probably the best pitchman of all time.
Have you ever heard of the toy company?
The company that made these is not a household name. It's not a big company. That company was more about making novelty toys. In this particular case, there weren't a lot of toy ideas for these guys. Plus, most of the licensing with Jim Henson, he was very, very restrictive on what he would license, and especially when it came to characters. Can I take a look at them?
Feel free, yeah.
So you got the banjo here, and as I see and expect, these are always damaged. These were not manufactured very well. Just very brittle, and just over time, bumping it or anything could probably damage it. But a collector's buying it for the artwork. The guitar, again, you've got a little bit of damaged strings. That's gonna be common, or popping off. Again, really neat artwork. And as far as the condition overall in both of these, I'd say it's pretty much what you would expect to find.
I mean, are there a lot of people out there collecting Fraggle stuff?
You know what's funny is there's a whole resurgence on anything Muppets, but specifically Fraggle Rock. Streaming services have dipped into re-airing these episodes. There's some pretty impressive streaming numbers on these.
Okay, so give me an idea of what they're worth.
So the banjo is a little less desirable than the guitar. I'd say as it sits, the banjo you would expect to get about $150 for, and the guitar be closer to $200. And so I think $350 for the pair is probably a fair number.
All right, sounds good to me, man. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck, man.
Thanks, man.
So you heard Steve, he said they're worth $350. That's what you're asking for them. Obviously, I can't pay that because that's a horrible business model.
Do you have a percentage of what you sell them for that you pay?
On these ones in particular, man, they just seem, I'm just afraid they're kind of fragile and they're gonna break. I just look at it like I'm gonna have little Fraggle Rock guitar and banjos, you know, shell pieces.
But they're pretty cool. I mean, the dude said they're kind of rare.
I mean, they are kind of rare, but it's just, I just don't think I have the market for it. You know, unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to pass on these. Thanks for bringing them in, man. Come and see me next time, okay?
The fact that he passed is all right, not exactly music to my ears, but I'll live.